welcome back to Dead Dad's Kitchen. It is yet another episode where we are not making my dead family members' recipes, but somebody else's.
Well, they say he's not coming back and nothing can fill the void, but at least we can try with food. I'll make some apple pie, come on in. It's Dead Dad's Kitchen.
Hi everybody, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this episode. I am so stoked on it for a couple of reasons. Oh my God, Irene, it's so surprising that you're excited about something. I'm spirited, and I won most spirited in high school, but McKenna Young also was tied for it and was, to be fair, more spirited than I was. McKenna deserved it. McKenna, if you're watching this, shout out. Should I not have said her full name? Anyway, I'm super excited. Here's why. We are going to be making authentic Polish pierogies today. Pierogies are one of those foods that I don't remember exist until I'm at Costco with my mom and they're sampling the frozen pierogies and I'm like, this is the only thing I want to eat forever. Here's where it gets a lot better. I'm going to be home making these pierogies today, which I'm so excited about. It's getting even better. The layers keep unfolding, unlayering, unfurling. The layers continue. I have a dear, dear friend on Instagram and TikTok, and her name is Deanne. She is such a talented baker and cook and is one of those people where you're like, oh, you just made like the best looking pretzels I've ever seen in my life, like on a random Tuesday just for goofs. Like, cool. We've never gotten to meet in real life. Hopefully that changes one day. So this recipe comes from my friend Deanne's grandma. And you guys know what a soft spot I have in my heart for recipes from your parents and your grandparents. That's literally the whole premise of the show. Deanne actually has no idea that I'm doing this video right now. So if you're watching, Deanne, hi. And I wanted to kind of highlight this recipe because it seemed really special to you and really delicious to me. And I know that everybody who's watching me would love you. Deanne just started her YouTube channel. If you guys want to, click in the description below and go subscribe to her. In the meantime, I'm going to make something for the first time right along with you guys. Just one more thing. This recipe has American cheese in it. So I am already so excited. Here's what you are going to need for Deanne's grandmother's authentic Polish pierogies. Whole milk, salted butter, salty pep, an onion, an egg, sour cream, American and cheddar cheese, all-purpose flour, oil, potatoes. I'm using Yukon Gold because she used Yukon Gold. A cookie cutter, a rolling pin, a couple of bowls. And because Deanne is like a real life baker, she's a lot smarter than I am and she weighs everything out. So you're gonna need a little scale. Okay, I am so beyond stoked. We're going to have such a good time. Are you guys ready to make some pierogies? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Thank you. Okay, yes, let's go. Alrighty, so we have our flour here and that is our first ingredient. So we need 250 grams of that. Here's the thing. I know that for some of us, weighing your ingredients can seem a little intimidating, but here's why. Because see, I inherently took out my spoon and my measuring cup to do the spoon and level method. But that's just so you can get more consistency in your measurement. When you measure things out, 250 grams of flour is always gonna be 250 grams of flour. And it's just a lot better and easier and more consistent. So yeah, so I know I am usually relatively reticent to bring my scale out, but it is simply the better way to do things. Gorgeous. Okay, 250 grams of flour, 10 grams of salt. There we go. 10 grams of oil. And that's also nice. See, I'm not like messing up a lot of like teaspoon measures and stuff with a bunch of oil and shit, you know? So it should come up to 270. Oh, okay. 110 of milk, 172, I'm sorry. 172 plus 110 is 382, right? 382. Oh, yes! We need an eggy and 20 grams of sour cream. Okay, let me get like a little. Dude, making somebody's family recipe, are you kidding? How friggin' cute. What an incredible way that we all get to friggin' share culture. This was 20 or 10? So it should go up to 402. Oh no. Hold on, what was it at before? It was at 382. So yeah, it should just be 402. No! Ah! Hold on. That's fine. Playing it fast and loose with that sour cream. Oh, and the egg. Get in there, bud. Gorgeous. Okay, so here's what we are vibing with. Oh my God, look at my egg. It's so orange. Good job. Chicken. I've acted like it's mine. So now she combines this in the bowl of her stand mixer. I'm just gonna do it by hand. I've been really vibing with that lately. I have my nice clean work surface here. So she said that this dough is a little bit sticky, which I can feel that it is. So I'm just gonna dust some flour on top of her. So I'm just gonna do a lot of kneading by hand. That I've just been really liking it lately. I know exactly why I've been liking it more lately. And that's because my KitchenAid is broken. So I am pushing that off by telling myself that I really just actually like mixing by hand more. But I do feel like I kind of get a better feel for the dough and stuff, which is very nice. And I think she just lets this sit at room temp for a little while. Deanne, does this look right? It feels right. It's a little springy and tacky, but not sticky. I'm just gonna cover it with a little plastic wrap. Another reason that I'm so excited about this particular pierogi recipe is because there is a plethora of caramelized onions involved. And y'all know I f with a caramelized onion. So that's what our salted butter is for, and that's what our onion is for. She juliennes them. I think I'm gonna dice them. So I'm going to do right down the middle and then just give it a little peel-ski-wheel-ski. Gorgeous. I usually actually peel the first 2 layers. The first layer under this super papery bit is usually kind of a hybrid of the papery piece and the not papery piece. Dude, caramelized onions? They're so good. And I'm just making tiny little baby cuts so that we can have tiny little baby caramelized onions. Did you guys see the TikTok of the cat who was standing on the counter when the owners were chopping onions and the cat's like, can barely keep her eyes open? Oh my gosh, I have such a serious question for you guys. When you were younger, okay, hold on. And I have a cut under my nail, so this is just a lot, but this question is really important. When you were younger, did you also think that all cats were girls and all dogs were boys? Like, I was like, cats are girls because they're little ladies and they're so sweet and put together, and dogs are boys because they're like so like rambunctious and like silly. Granted, this mentality changed as I got older, but I really thought that for like so long. And again, it's not perfect, but these are gonna sweat down so much that it's like, we're vibing. If you like the julienne onions like she does in her video, yeah. I'm gonna use a good amount of this. Half a block, probably too much, but is there such a thing as too much better? My high cholesterol says that there is. I love this so much. You guys, I fucking love my job. Thank you for letting me do it. I feel so grateful truly all of the time. And it's because you watch and you support, and thank you. We gotta salt the potato water. So I'm sweating these down in a ton of butter. I know, but I'm actually going to crisp my pierogies up. Is that the right way to pronounce it? I'm gonna crisp my pierogies up in this butter as well, so it'll be multi-purpose. While this is coming to a boil and these start to sweat down, we are going to peel our potatoes. These are bigger than hers, but we'll use 6. I have a little bag in here just to catch all my scraps. So I'm just gonna give these a rinse is what I'll do. Everyone get in the hot tub. I got a ricer just for this video. If y'all don't know what a ricer is, it's basically just like a finer potato squisher instead of just like a potato masher like this guy. But this guy is totally fine. You can absolutely just use a potato masher and mash them up real good. But I've been meaning to get a ricer for a while, so this sort of felt like it was meant to be. Also, here's a little tutorial. Maybe you're new to cooking and you're like, I don't even know how to peel a potato. Let me help you out. So if you're maybe feeling a little uncomfy peeling a potato, here's what I like to do. I will hold it in my non-dominant hand, so for me that's my left hand, and I'll have a nice big wide open space where none of my fingers are. So on this whole half of the potato, my fingers aren't even on it. And I'll start with my peeler right at the top, and I'll have my thumb on the base of the potato, and you'll just slowly peel down. Did I cover that all up? Of course. One more time. So like this, and as you come down, bring that thumb down as well. And then there you go. You guys leave in the comments what other creators you might want me to make some of their recipes from, okay? I'm so into making everyone's dead family's recipes, and I would love to make other people's. It already smells so good in here. I will see you guys in just a second. Okay, so our water is at a nice rolling boil. We have some salt in there. Our onions are gorgeous. I did end up taking a little bit of butter out. You guys were right, I'm sorry. Now we drop our peeled potatoes into our salted water, and we ended up going with 6 potatoes, and we are gonna leave these in here until they are fork tender. So that just means exactly what it says it does. You plop your fork in and your fork melts into there, whereas if I put a fork into those potatoes right now, I'd have to like get it in there. So now I will see you when we are ready to mash these potatoes. Potatoes. I'll see you then. All right, I'm big enough to admit something. Sometimes in the kitchen, I am not the most patient person that there is. And when it comes to boiling potatoes, that really comes out. See, like that one's still not done. How is that possible? I had 2 little baby ones that were ready to be taken out, so I took those out. Then take out the other ones that are ready. No! Okay, but see, this is what fork tender means. Like, my fork just slides super gently in there, and then that big boy still is not finished yet. We have the rest ready. So we have our cheese measured out, and we have our caramelized onions. We've got some salt and pepper ready to go into the mixture. Come on, other potato. I'm really trying to make this one fork tender. I'm like, it's fork tender. So you just press. Potato ball. And this last little bit of cheese. Use a good amount of pepper. Fresh pepper is always a good idea until you gotta grind a lot of it. And if some of the cheese hasn't melted, that's no problem because we're gonna be cooking them again 2 times. We're gonna boil them and then we're gonna fry them in the pan to get a little nice crust. Deanne, what do we think? How's she look? It smells fantastic. It tastes great. Okay, so now it's time to roll our little pierogies out. I really hope I'm pronouncing it right. That'd be cool. I'm gonna dust my little work surface, my nice clean work surface with some flour. We're gonna take our dough that's been sitting at room temperature for a little while now. It's a little sticky, that's okay, I hope. It's always funny when it's someone else's recipe because I'm like, that's fine. And then I'm like, is it? And she wants us to roll it to about 2 millimeters thick. I'm not entirely sure what that looks like, but I feel like I'll know when I get there. Okay, I feel like we're gonna have a lot more filling than we do dough. That feels 2 millimeters thick. We need a little spoon to fill them with. So she sort of just cut them all out first. Okay, now let's fill. I'm gonna take a little spoon of filling. Is that too much? It feels like too much. This feels right. Oh my God, are these the cutest things you've ever seen in your life? I have my water boiling to put these in with a little bit of butter in the water. I'm sure that's to just help them not stick to each other. Definitely need you guys here for this. So she just like really squishes these sides together. These look like hers. Look at that. Okay, one. Okay, this one for sure also has too much filling. Okay, we're learning, which I think is the most important part. Of course, because I'm messing it up. I'm like, it's really actually crucial that you learn. Are you freaking kidding me? Get out of town. Okay, 4 down, 6 pounds of potatoes to go. I'm actually gonna put these first couple in the water. When they start to float is when you take them out. Plop, plop, plop. I'm about to be proud of myself. I'm just gonna warn everyone. Okay, maybe not of this one, but you know, a little character never hurt anyone. Okay, these aren't, oh, that one's starting to float. With my scraps, I'm just gonna roll these up again and make more. I think I might have to make a double batch of this dough, actually. I'm gonna pull this one out. I'm gonna put that